Hello beauties, and welcome to another Tuesday video drop. I'm so happy to have you back this week for another tutorial. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know that I've been filming with the beautiful Emmy. Emmy is a social media content creator and a part-time model, and she accepted to collaborate with me. I'm so happy to have her. I hope we'll be able to do many more collabs together in the future as well. Fun fact, I met her at the same shoot where I met Amanda from last week. So they know each other, and I just glammed them and I was like, girls, we need to do this again. So I'll be leaving her information in the description box below. Definitely give her a follow and check out what she's been up to. She is amazing with the reels, the transition, the edits. I think we could all learn a thing or two from Emmy, so definitely go give her a follow. You notice this week I am beautifully lit in my studio, and that is because I invested in a beautiful ring light. If you're interested in knowing what light I use, definitely comment on that and I'll make sure to reply with the exact link I got from Shein. It's somewhere in my files, but I will pull it up and get it for you. So without any further ado, let's play with fire. Alright, so I started off with the Luminous Dewy Skin Mist by Tatcha just to hydrate her skin and soothe it as well. I blended that in using some Tanerian sensitive fluid. She does have oily to mix skin with a propensity for just a little bit of acne, so I wanted her skincare to really absorb all that oil. I'm pressing it into her skin, making sure my surface is nice and smooth so I can start my work. Next, I moved on to the Crayola Bruise Kit, and I used the red in there because it's very, very rich. I used that as my base to slick right over her eye. You're going to see a ton of blending. That's the theme for today. It's such an easy look to do, but you gotta really just blend it. So I'm going in with my Sigma brush just to buff out those edges and make them nice and soft. Again, using my reefer brush, I'm smoothing out the edges and making them that much more smoky. I really wanted it to go from an intense red to nothing, so I'm just blending and blending and blending some more until I get this result. Now moving on to some Makeup Forever eyeshadow, that also doubles as a blush. I used a very fiery, very bright red color. I believe this guy's discontinued now, but just these pure reds are hard to find, I feel, and I saw this one day towards the beginning of my career while I was shopping at the Makeup Forever Pro Loft. I jumped on it and I've been using it ever since. I'm just blending it out so that it goes over my base very smoothly and blends into her skin. Just doing little rolling motions to buff everything out and push it where I want it. Keeping it very smoky and very natural. Then using my Makeup Forever Smoky Pencil in the color Taupe, I used a detailed liner brush to carve out the top of her eyes, just to give it more definition. Once that was finished, I used my coconut makeup wipes from the Sephora collection. These are my favorite makeup wipes ever. They smell so good and they're so soft. And I went over that with some bronze eyeshadow from Makeup Forever, just to sharpen out that defined line that I created. And then I blended out that definition. So I went and did some skin work using the Heaven's Hue highlighter by Stila. This is in shade Kitten, and I worked it everywhere I'm going to be applying blush. So on top of the apples of the cheeks, right over the cheek, and blending that all the way up into the temple and almost the forehead. I just really wanted it light and luminous on her skin, and as you can see, it's like a natural glow. And then I did down the bridge of her nose, her cupid's bow, the chin area, before going in with some Ultra HD foundation from Makeup Forever. And I used the same brush that I used my highlighter for because I figured it would have a little bit of that champagne pigment left, and that would be really cool. So I sped up this part of the video because it's just me tapping and buffing that foundation into her skin. You never work that fast when you're doing foundation. You're gonna hurt your model, but in my case, I just had to speed it up in post for you. I used a foundation brush and not a beauty blender just because she has a bit of acne and I wanted more coverage than usual when I'm doing more editorial looks. Then I used the Fenty Matchsticks. This is shade Ebony. I applied it directly under her lid and immediately blended it out using a blending brush from Sigma. Putting some shadow right under the lip makes her lip more pouty. I love to do that. I'm working on building my signature look, my signature way of doing makeup, and I love this. I took the same matchsticks and carved out her cheek, and I brought the contouring down because I find she has very soft facial features, which is so beautiful. I'm gonna be working with her again just because she has a really fun face to do makeup on. But I wanted this look to be just a little edgier, so I chose to carve her out. So I'm bringing the contouring all the way down, and I find that gives the face a very defined look, and it makes you look very bony almost. And I thought that would be interesting. So I'm just buffing and blending that contour in, making sure everything is all well and blended. Added some on the tip of her nose, down the bridge of her nose on both sides, just to snatch it without changing the shape. See that highlighter is coming through the foundations. And then I did something crazy. So I used some Crayola red blush and I applied it in the center of her face because I always do those really high editorial blushes and I wanted to try something different today. I wanted to concentrate the heat towards the center of her face just to create a very youthful glow, just to counteract that really intense contour I just did. And over that cream blush, I chose to apply concealer. Because of its skin look, it just makes it feel like that warmth from the blush is coming from within the skin. So at the end, you can barely tell that she actually has blush on. She just looks like she has perfectly healthy, glowing skin with just normal circulation. So you're gonna see me blending in. The number one comments I get from clients when I'm doing makeup is, oh my God, is that concealer not too light? And you just let me do my thing. I go very light because, again, I like for things to appear like they're coming from inside your skin. So I do things very bright and then I put your actual skin color highlight over it. And then it just makes things look lit without you looking light. So as you can see, I did that step sort of off camera with the luxury powders. I just set her face and like, look how towards the center of her face, she just looks really luminous. You can't even tell if she has blush on. You can barely tell she has foundation or concealer. She just looks light and bright in the center of her face. And that is thanks to me making bold decisions under her skin color. I'm enhancing her blush just a little bit. and that's the skin work. So just really luminous, very, very youthful, very, very natural. I had so much fun creating this look. If I had to do it again though, I think I would add a little bit of crystals or just something. It was very minimalistic. Maybe because I was playing with red, I was like intimidated, but I would have added a bit more if I had to do it again. I think I will do a look like that again actually, but for a shoot. I used her same Makeup Forever eyeshadow on the top of her lip and on the bottom. I love doing that when I'm gonna do just a nude lip. And then I used some MAC gloss as well as another gloss that I blended. So there's two glosses going on. So her lip looks really, really natural. Are you ready for some magic? Okay, so I used the MAC lip gloss and just slick that over her red lid. And just that touch made her go from smoky eye to just like vinyl, fiery goddess vibes. I had so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this look, guys.